I'm Razago, the host of the Nerdlag Game Club, and this was a never-released episode of the podcast that was never on Spotify, on YouTube, or anything like that. And I just wanted to upload it because I think it's a pretty good episode, and I think some people here might actually enjoy this one because it's about a little-known JRPG by Game Freak. So, with that being said, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you end up liking this video. Like and share this video because it helps me out. And enjoy. Welcome to the Nerdlag Game Club podcast, the podcast where we play games instead of reading books. I'm Corey, and I'm joined with 4 party members today. Lauren.
Hey.
Tunza.
What's up? Forgot we're on video. Gotta look at the camera.
Oh my god.
Adam.
Hi.
Oh god, this is
His mic already went out.
Yeah, I sound like a robot.
Hi.
No, I just went, hi.
And Dan Boy.
Hello.
In this episode of the Game Club, I guess we are going to take a deep dive into one of Game Freak's games that isn't Pokemon. And we're going to play Little Town Hero. Little Town Hero was released worldwide on October 16th, 2019, and was developed and published by Game Freak. I mentioned it before, but Game Freak is well known for its Pokemon series, but has also developed some rather strange games over the years. I'm gonna do something a little different. You guys don't even know about this. In this episode, we're gonna take a look at the rest of the gaming world in October of 2019. So, the best-selling game at that time was the Call of Duty Modern Warfare remake.
Trash.
Followed by a brand new IP, Outer Worlds.
Garbage.
Luigi's Mansion 3, Madden NFL 20, and then NBA 2K20. So October was a huge month for sports titles.
The normies.
The norms came out in October.
Yeah. The Call of Duties, the Maddens, the 2K.
The norms, and then this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this, right there. Yeah, that.
I chose 5 other big titles that came out in the same month as this game, so October of 2019. And one of them was Concrete Genie, Tropico 6, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Grid, and Ring Fit Adventure. So let us know if any of those games were a day one buy for you in 2019. Did any of you guys buy any of those?
I
couple
so.
of them. Yeah.
I like zoned out. I don't even remember what games you said.
I know we bought Concrete Genie on clearance like way later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
I didn't buy any of them day one, but I have the Ring Fit Avengers.
Yeah, we got that Concrete Genie for like something crazy, like $3.
Yeah, it was super cheap at like a
I think
Walmart.
the game came out for $32.
Like $32.
Never played it.
No, no, 30. Also, I don't know.
All right, before we get any further into Little Town Hero, I want to give a spoiler warning, and I would recommend playing this before listening to the episode. This was our game for the month of March, and Adam is going to give us a brief summary of the story for Little Town Hero.
Go.
Okay, so you start. You're in front of a castle with your best bud. I forget what his name is. Didn't really care about him.
Niels
trying
or
to-
Nels.
Yeah.
Hells.
I
I have this written down from the very beginning. Attack on Titan plotline of you trying to get out of the wall.
Okay.
Game takes place over what? There's like 11 chapters.
9?
9? It takes
9
place over
chapters.
9 days. Then every day is a chapter.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
Kind
roughly.
of.
What do you mean,
Yeah.
sort of?
There's some open-ended realm there that makes it seem like it's multiple
No.
days.
No.
Continue.
Yeah. You find some gem, gives you power, the Eureka powers. I'm pretty sure that's like why we have those, but I don't know because other people have them. You get powers. Yeah. You fight monsters, trying to figure out where they're coming from, and to save your little town, and then you're the hero.
Corey,
Fair.
why'd you let him do this?
I was told a brief summary. I wasn't told a full plot line.
No.
It
I
was a
figured you
brief
could-
summary.
That's a brief summary.
Yeah.
Quickly, what'd you guys name your characters?
I kept it
Oh my
as Axe.
god.
I
The
kept
original.
it as Axe. Yeah.
Oh,
Dan,
I just
you
named him
want to
Red.
go?
I think I was Dan.
You changed
Maybe.
it to Danny or something because I
Was
made
it
a
Danny?
comment. I made a comment about it.
He couldn't
don't-
have changed it to Danny because I had to be hip key because you can only have 5 characters and not 6.
Yeah.
I kept
First
it as
complaint.
Axe.
I just did
I'm
Wrote
Red.
it
so
down.
confused. Danny is 5 letters.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
6 letters still.
Man,
Yeah.
we're rusty. We're shaking up the
That's
rust.
that's my
bad.
anger.
Guys,
That's
his
my
name
anger.
is on the screen, at least for me. I could see it.
Oh, it's
yeah, I
not there
guess.
for me, I guess.
Oh, it's on like the
Hovered
left
over.
side.
But that's my anger with the naming. I didn't even know his name was Axe.
Me either.
Yeah, Axe is the original. Nails is your best friend.
Oh,
And
then
Maddox,
green-haired.
Mattox is who you're gonna fight like 94
Your
million
rival.
times
Yeah.
throughout this game.
I referred to him as Mad Talk, like the tool.
Yeah, same.
That's
I didn't even read
fine.
his
They're
name.
they're all plays on tools, right? Axe, nails.
Dude, I didn't even notice that. That's crazy.
I didn't either. Are they all like that?
Oh, I don't
Dude,
know.
that's
Probably not.
awesome.
I was like, what?
But the main squad. But
That makes
yeah,
sense.
that's like the brief story. Monsters show up, Axe becomes the hero and is trying to unsolve the mystery of the town as we go along and protect everybody.
I mean, his main goal is to leave the town.
He wants to
Attack
leave
on Titan. I told you.
he wants to leave the castle because in this world, this castle protects this town and it has for like some crazy amount of time.
I think it's like 6 generations or something. I don't
Just
know.
a short period of the game, the monsters invade.
Yeah. The plan goes into motion. All right. So in each episode, we break up the main points of the game between us. So starting with gameplay and mechanics, Tons is going to tell us about them for Little Town Hero.
Okay, game. I was like, what game am I going to compare this to right now?
Yeah, I knew you were going to.
Every card game. No. So it is a turn-based game where you use the concept of almost cards, but they're called what? Is it?
Is
When
it
they're-
some Dazits?
Yeah, is what your like deck
The
would be, and
ideas.
then the idea. Okay, wow.
Yeah, so
And then
it's the idea before you turn it into an action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then each round or like succession, you get points to spend on more of the powerful is-its or combinations of is-its to turn into dazzlets to then use to attack. And then you use the environmentals, and then you get support. Just trying to think if there's anything.
You move around a grid when you battle.
Yeah, a circle. You move around like the tiny area of the town, or you'll run into like support, or like my favorite one that clutched everything is the chicken.
The chicken's the fucking best.
It is. He's
the best.
I killed I think every boss with him. So, yeah. That way you're just trying to go after your enemies. Heart points. They have 3 heart points, and they get guts. And to do an all break, you have to destroy all the dazzlets or whatever. And I don't remember what they're goofy named.
Dazits. Like
Dazzits. Yeah.
Don't forget about the Eurekas.
Those are
Already
your
forgot.
points that you can use. So each has a Eureka point power level.
Oh yeah.
so
that's
some
right,
can be
yeah.
0 and they can be as high as 6 depending upon what they are. You
Like
get
mana.
you get the
Yeah.
Eureka points at the beginning of each turn, and you can come up with a strategy to turn them into Dazzits based on that. If a card survives a turn you can use it again the following turn.
I have a quick question. Are we confusing Eurekas with just the power points?
Yeah, that's why I was really confused here because I thought that was just.
Because the
Eureka's
Eurekas are like the skill tree.
So this is just the power
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, then there's
Yeah.
then there's the brain points, which are used to like revive your ideas or swap your hand, like of your hand deck
Yeah.
cards. It's a card game.
It's pretty complex, but also very simple at the same time. My big thing with it is the fact that you only have like a handful of ideas throughout the whole game, and any that you
Yes.
collect during a fight are gone after
It's
the
only
fight.
for that
Yeah,
fight.
it's only for that basically boss fight.
So that's a little annoying because I like some of the cards, but I think it would make the game too easy.
They're also worth like you would if you got them early, you wouldn't be able to use them at all.
Yeah.
Like they would be like like they're like always like 5 or 6.
But outside of battle, you just sort of run around in a hub area, just the town
Barely.
itself. You can collect side quests, main quests, just talk to random people. There's nothing else.
I didn't do like any of the side quests. So
Oh, loser.
I didn't
Yeah.
either.
I was
Oh,
on a time
losers.
crunch.
You made yourself have a time crunch.
Gosh.
But there's nothing in the town, which is another complaint of mine. Is like, why is there no chests, no items, no anything? Then you can't even go
No.
to the shop and buy anything.
There wasn't like lore, like you wouldn't find like random statues that explain like this is King Jonathan.
I also had an issue with the fact that you have a job as in the mines, but when you go to the mines, you don't do anything there. Like I wish they would at least open up the mine and
You
maybe
fight
you
that
find a
dog,
couple
like,
items
twice.
or something. But you don't even fight them there. You fight them outside of
True,
it.
you true.
On the bridge, yeah.
You do
You fight
nothing
the
in
dog
the
there.
mine.
No, you fight the dog on the bridge.
On the
Yeah.
bridge, outside
Don't you
of the mine.
fight the dog the first time
Nope.
in the mine?
Both
Or is
both
it outside?
times.
No,
both
Oh.
you
times on the
go
bridge.
pull his hair or whatever in
And
the
then you
mine,
run.
and then he chases you out. You don't do anything in the mine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like blocked off. It's like the littlest little square that you can walk in.
Yeah.
The most
The
you do in
environment,
it
like-
is when you learn the rules of the mine.
Yeah, I
have to,
just
like,
would have
collect
liked to
them.
see the world a little bigger, like expand on those
Or just-
I
areas.
wouldn't.
Fleshed
Just
out,
a little
like,
bit.
They didn't even like even if it was smaller and just more detailed, like or like
Yeah.
give you reasons.
Give me more to do in those areas, I guess.
Because the only
Yeah.
thing you really can do is battle.
Yeah.
Battle
Talk to somebody.
and talk to NPCs and progress the
Mhm.
story,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because I really like the battle system.
Just wish it was faster.
I like it how it is.
I mean, it's
Any-
fast
a-
if you know what you're doing.
Anything else for gameplay?
I don't know if it's
Uh-huh.
gameplay, but I hate how absolutely abysmally slow you walk.
Yeah.
Well,
it
takes-
one speed. There isn't. Yeah, I hated that too. I
once
was
you
like,
can teleport, it's not that bad though.
Yeah, but even like whenever you have to go to like the mine for the dog the second time, I think it blocks your ability to fast travel to the mine. There was a point where I had to go to the mine for something and it blocks your ability to fast travel there because you run into someone before the mine.
well, that was
Yeah.
like almost like that was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'd be like,
I
go
didn't
meet up with the
mind
gang.
it.
They're already there, like lurking around the corner.
I also like the pseudo like skill tree thing they had going.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that once you get so far, it expands again. So you get like your
Yeah.
base skill tree,
Yeah.
and then it gets larger. And then they start, like, those ideas start turning into, like, pretty OP, where they just, like,
They got
pierce through
OP.
guts. And,
Yeah.
like, they just, like, make things way easier. But we'll put a pin in that for now, and we're going to move over to art design. So Lauren is going to tell us about the art of Little Town Hero.
All right. Bear with me here. I gotta read what I wrote. Art styles, bright and colorful, pretty cartoonish. I enjoyed it, and that aspect. It's very like visually appealing. I thought everything ran pretty smooth in that aspect. Uh, Going off of like who worked on it. So the art director was Haruka Hochiji. I could have butchered that, but
Probably.
yeah, probably. I tried. I tried my best there. He's also the CG director for Pokemon Legends Arceus. So art wise, I could kind of see a little bit of resemblance there. I mean, it's not the same, but it definitely shows, I guess.
I think
He
it looks
joined
better than
game.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I would agree. To be honest, I mean, I think
I can't compare it and play. I didn't play that one or
I
any of the
will
new ones.
stop. But he joined Game Freak back in 2013 after working for Level 5. He worked on like Professor Layton game, and then he's worked on the Pokemon game series since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So I'm sure we'll see his work in the new Legends game when that comes out. He also works on indie games on the side. So he has 2 games he's already released on Steam. He's working on a third one. There's like little clips of it if you see him on Twitter. He posts a lot of his not Twitter, I guess it's X now.
It was Twitter
He'll
the
post
last time we recorded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's X now, it's not Twitter.
Spoiler.
His posts are in Japanese, and then he also posts in English right below his Japanese. But he's got clips of the games he's working on, and art and all that stuff. He's working on this new game, some kind of RPG. Couldn't find a name, nothing like that. Just these clips of characters. The main character I was showing Corey, he has like a pink afro. Pretty interesting looking. The game could be pretty cool, honestly.
It kind of reminds me of this in the way that it looks, though.
Yeah,
Main
yeah.
character mutton chops.
No, just like the more like chibi character.
Oh, like the small statured.
Yeah, like small,
Yeah.
big head, kind of.
Yeah. So.
Which is very much like Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
Like that has that similar like art style.
Yeah. So that's all I really got on it. I don't know if you guys want to expand at all, but I don't really know how else to describe the art style. I mean, it's cartoony.
It has a very bright palette.
Yeah, very bright.
I like the art of the monsters. They look good.
Yeah,
They're super
Yeah.
weird.
the monster designs were good too.
Yeah. I thought they were very unique.
You're telling me the sheep isn't cool?
No, they're just
Okay.
very strange designs. Like everything's really normal, and then you fight these bosses, and they turn into like some crazy looking creatures.
Everything but the Venus flytrap guy. Hate that guy.
Yeah, the cemetery. It's like, whoa, this got weird. Like this guy, like it definitely was different than I expected when that one boss came up.
Dan has a crush on the doll.
The doll?
Fucking hated the doll.
Which one was the doll?
It's a side quest.
boss.
I never saw that.
Yeah, Dan took hours to beat it.
Only side quest I did was
did,
the one where you
yes.
take the girl to the store after Act 1
I
or
think I did
Chapter
that
1.
one too.
I did
think
it
that
too.
I think might have been the only one.
And then I was like, man, these side quests suck.
You did
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
You did one
If-
side quest.
I think if walking around wasn't so slow, I would have done them all.
I
Because there
doubt
wasn't that many.
I got the platinum for this game, so
I was like, I like to try and get all the
Yeah.
achievements. I just hated how slow it was.
Oh, okay. Not what I expected, but I
All
can
right,
see why
Dave.
he's a crush.
all right, Dan. Let's move into sound and music. Each episode, we talk about the sound design and music for the game we're playing. So, Dan, tell us about the music and sound design for Little Town Hero.
I'll be honest, I don't have much down. Toby Fox, good old Toby Fox did the music for the game.
Yeah.
I love Undertale.
He's most notable for making Undertale and doing the music for it, which I didn't know he just made Undertale. I thought he was just the music guy for
Pretty
Undertale.
sure he did it by himself.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Anyways.
that. That's crazy.
Yeah. He also worked on Pokemon Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, and Horizons as the music composer for those games.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I just knew it from.
Let's go.
Undertale.
Nintendo was like, we want this guy.
Yeah, we want Toby
he's friends with
Fox.
the Nintendo guy.
Scoop
Yeah.
this guy up.
And then he's currently working on a new game called Deltarune, and he's like releasing it in chapters. Like the
Oh,
first
so he-
chapter came out in like
That's not bad.
2018, the second one came out in like 2021, I think.
I've definitely heard of it, but I don't know what it is. So
From what I was reading, it plays in like the same way as Final Fantasy, like turn-based combat.
oh,
think.
okay.
I think it was that one.
I mean, most Final Fantasies are turn-based, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
is that all you got, Dan?
Yeah. I mean, the music isn't like much to really talk about in this game. Like, I kind of zoned out during most of the music, so I couldn't even tell you anything about the music. But I do have in my notes, Chapter 7, music slaps. I have that.
What was chapter?
I wonder what it was.
I don't know.
Is Chapter 7 the like the
I think it was the time travel one.
going back in the
Oh.
past?
Yeah.
Dan, on top of that, different
Oh, no.
chapter. I have between like chapter 4 and 5. Music is kind of peaceful and nice. So I had the thing
man.
the music.
Love that.
Peaceful and nice.
Well, if
Yeah.
anybody
Peaceful and
plays this, peaceful and nice between 4 and what'd you say? 4 and 5?
Yeah, around there.
I just I only really remember like the battle music, but it's because you're in battles for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Tell me about it.
It's nothing
It didn't.
crazy.
Yeah, nothing stood out. Yeah, nothing stood out to me. That
Yeah, Dan,
like,
what was that one battle? 2 hours?
About 2 hours.
Love
2.5.
Oh yeah, Coal Mine Quest I was talking about earlier. Chapter 4, because I have it written down too. For the can't fast travel to the coal mine for the quest.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else for sound and music, or do we want to open up the floor and talk about anything that made an impact?
Let's open up the floodgates.
Oh,
the
open it
floodgates.
Let's go.
All right.
Let me go first. Let's talk about Granny's dancing.
Yeah, show it
yeah.
off. Show it off. She does that for no reason.
every cutscene.
Yeah, every
for no
cutscene.
reason. It doesn't even fit in one of the cutscenes. She's just like talking normal, just
Yeah.
and I'm like, what is happening?
I'm pretty sure she does it after your dad dies.
Yeah.
Oh
I feel
man,
like
I
she
wanted,
probably
to,
does.
I wanted
man.
to bring that up. I wanted to bring up how shitty. Why did they fucking do homes like that, man? Like,
Oh, I know. I was
he
like,
fucking
no
came back and then
way.
he takes a hit, and we're like, "Oh, dude, I've been launched like 10 times. Like his dad just took a hit, and they're like, oh, son, here."
Oh yeah, no.
And I
I've
was like,
written down that I hated that.
his dad just didn't want any responsibility. I feel like that's what it was.
But
I was
yeah.
like, oh, actually, this sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because everybody else has been beat up, launched, and shit. He gets one hit.
Yeah. Well, it's sacrifice, you know. Those hits
No!
hurt more
Yeah, but it's
than
a
a normal
bad
hit.
one.
This is the worst power of friendship game ever.
Why do we have to no joke fight Maddox like
Because
27
he's your
times?
Yeah.
he's
I
your
know.
rival and the most
He
annoying.
sucks.
It's so annoying that it's just always him.
Yeah.
I think
See,
by, like chapter 3, every fight I had against him was only like 4 or 5 turns.
He's
Well,
not
yeah,
hard.
that's what I was gonna
No.
say. Like, I'm glad his battles aren't like the boss battles where it has guts and like the hearts.
Yeah, those fights are just there's so many. I think one of the early chapters you fight him like 4 times in one chapter.
Probably.
He's like, "I'll give you advice for this."
Pretty sure there's one where you just fight him like a bunch in a row. Like it's just like as soon as you beat him, he's like, "Yeah, let's do it again." And it's like, why? Leave
Yeah,
me
and he's
alone.
like, "I'll give you advice on
Why?
what kind of gift to get a girl." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Yep.
"Yeah, sure," but he face.
Yeah, that's
This
That-
game's fucking weird, man.
Um, that's probably one of the biggest like fluff added into this game.
The wannabe romance.
No, just having to fight
No.
him like
Oh, every time.
all the
Yeah.
time. Like, I don't think it needs to be there. It doesn't change anything.
Well, like the beginning where you like fight the old guy multiple times, then fight him. I was like, okay, like that's like the training,
Yeah.
showing you all the stuff. But like, it's even later on. It's like before the boss battle. It's like, you want to warm up and fight me? No, leave me the fuck alone.
You
Go
literally
fight him.
you fight him right before the game tells you, like, hey, do the side quest now because shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to fight him again. Like after they
Yeah, I'd
did
rather
like
never see
the after they did like the him giving you the green stone and stuff, like it should have been no more fighting him. He doesn't
Yeah.
have a stone.
Yeah. Yeah.
He couldn't use it anyways.
Yeah. Axe is
barely.
the chosen one. All right, but that's my first complaint. So
The
Pretty
dad
much.
dying was my complaint. I wrote that in.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was just unnecessary. It didn't progress like the story. It didn't like do anything.
it's like, oh, we're gonna be a one big family again, and then it's like, nope, you're still
Also-
without a dad.
I'm unsure if I'm remembering the cutscene wrong, but does he tell what's her name? Her mom was hot.
Well, he tells
Or
her
she-
that she's still smoking or something after.
Yeah.
Like, what is
She's
it?
dead.
7 years? 9 years?
Or no, I was talking about the girl's mom that died. The green haired girl.
I don't know about that.
It was
one.
like during that.
Remember.
I feel like he was like, "Your mom was so pretty" or something. Like
Possibly.
your main character. And I was like, "What? This is weird." Stop. Talk to her dead mom. And you tell her she's hot.
yeah. Hey, I met your mom.
I might
She's
be
hot.
mixing the dad and him up because I feel like they're back to back.
I
I
feel
like
like
how-
you didn't have enough time with Cool to care about him dying.
And
He's
then
You just kind of died.
when you were in the past, all you did was fight with him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have no kid. I'm
Yeah, I had
gonna go
a
on an
theory
adventure.
until he died that he was going to turn up to be like the final boss or something.
When I first was playing, I thought that knight that was training you was his dad.
That got
The
old.
old guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but like before, like it, reveals itself that it's not. I was like, oh, like that's probably his dad, and he just doesn't recognize him because now he's aged from being outside of the castle or some shit.
Yeah.
If that's like early that you meet him. All right, me and Tons have talked a lot. What about you guys?
Bro, so at I think it's chapter 8 whenever you fight the minister guy and it shows the backstory where they launch like Cole off the cliff and then he teleports. I got really mad that it shows that like right then and there, and then like the very next scene it shows him like teleport to the president. I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. But at first thought,
yeah.
I really hated it that it showed him living.
I think it should have done it in the other order.
Yeah,
It should
yeah,
have
that too.
it should have. You should have fought the minister. Your dad shows up, and then your dad explains everything. So like he does just randomly appears, and then he's like, "Oh, this is how I got here,"
And then
Yeah.
dies.
And then dies.
and then
Oh,
dies. I think it just works better in that order.
Nah, I
but-
hated that. I hated that he was there for no reason.
He was there for a fight and then died.
He like gave you this. He's like, I brought my stone. Now you can use this one. But that was the only purpose I served. Ah.
Yeah.
All right, let me look at my list.
I was gonna say Adam has lots of complaints, so
You
I
can
had-
talk about everything.
I had an issue with my game where every time I ran into somebody to talk to them, before it would trigger to talk, it would freeze basically.
Yeah.
It was every single time.
That was mine. How mine was.
That
I
has-
thought
that
was
has
the
to be a-
switch thing.
Yeah, it has to be a switch thing because I didn't have that at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
I also
everything. I
didn't
just
have
felt like this
that.
game, any process took forever. You
Yeah,
wanted to
I-
walk and talk to somebody, 2 minutes.
Yeah, I kept waiting for it to crash. It never did, but I was like, oh, it's for sure gonna crash.
no, I had
this
my-
time,
I had
and
my
it never
game clo-
did.
I had my game force closed.
Oh, mine never closed. It just acted like it was going.
It wasn't in a battle or anything, and it just saved, so it wasn't that bad. I think I was like, I think it was when you're trying to wrangle the sheep,
Oh,
like, where
okay.
you gotta. I think that's when it like froze, and I was like, I don't know if that's because they're moving in the processes or what. All right, Adam, what you got?
Okay, so there's only like 3 things I didn't bring up. Tired of the game by chapter 3. I didn't care about it after that. After chapter 3, I was like, man, I just want this to be over. Flytrap guy died 5 times. Hated every
Jesus.
minute of that fight. Well, dude, you'd fight him and then he would get to fly, and then it's like, I either have to sacrifice my only way to attack him to kill this fly, or I attack him.
Yeah, my thing with that Venus flytrap, it doesn't tell you how to kill the fly. It's just like,
What do you
hey
mean
man,
it
you have to.
does?
Does it tell you?
Yeah, if you go into
Yeah.
the support thing where like you kill it, it says like, oh, you have to use a red desert or whatever.
Yeah, but whenever it pops up, it's like, hey, you have to use a red dazzit to kill this thing. And I was like, okay, but you cannot target it. You have to go to your support for it to target it, which
Yeah.
I thought was really stupid. It doesn't say that.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
I also have a complaint about pressure. I don't remember what the complaint is. I think that's the thing where the final boss gets it, and it's like, oh, your ability costs double, like 2 more
Oh,
points or
the-
whatever,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then it would
Yeah.
ruin every one of my like planned
Plan.
routes. Because it's like you roll the dice if he's going to get the ability with pressure off start or not. I don't have any other complaints.
I like the one that forces a timer on you.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
I didn't because I got it at the worst time. I had customers in the store, and I was like, "Fuck!" But I played at work like a bad guy.
Like a
will say-
bad guy.
I will say, me and Adam were hanging out on Discord while we were both finishing the game, and Adam asked what the POW bar was for on
Dude,
chapter
I did
9.
not know what the PAL bar. I was just going with it. I was just
Did you
beating the
not
bosses.
play, like hard? Oh,
Playing
I
games
beat
like
the
tons
game
of
on
them.
hard.
yeah.
I beat the game on hard. I went through. I won. I beat it.
Yeah, I did everyone play it, end up finishing it on hard?
Nope. Easy.
I did.
Lame.
Easy mode. Easy
Lame.
mode. Let's go.
so far, it
Loser.
doesn't sound like much of a difference besides
But we
everything
looked
probably,
it
like,
up,
probably
and there's
longer.
really not much of a difference.
They
between
just
the two.
they have like less dazits, and they also have less guts in battles.
That was
The
the only
final
difference.
boss having like 13 guts was annoying.
I feel like that's what it had. Like it was like
Yeah, the final boss doesn't change. Only
Oh,
his
does it
dazzits
not?
change. His
Yeah.
gut
Yeah.
stays the same.
Yeah, but
Okay.
the other ones are different. Also, a little bit lazy that the first boss and the boss you fight in the past is the same.
Yeah.
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 I do think
That-
it's cool, like learning that boss like ran away into the castle and was alive that entire time, and it was one of like your dad's old coworkers.
Yeah.
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 Steve, no.
Dad's old crackhead coworker that got turned.
I do
Also-
like when you're.
Go ahead.
I was gonna be like when you're a kid, where you go back in the past and you're like, she keeps this hidden book here. Who the fuck are you, kid?
The most convoluted path to get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I wish the king had a bigger role.
Same.
I think. Yeah, it was like.
What happened to the king? Did he die or something?
No.
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 Oh.
He was going to take him down or something, but
Yeah, you go to the castle and the guy's just hanging out on the throne.
He's like, "What's up, dude?"
What's up, man?
what's going on? I'm not really relevant during the whole
Yeah.
game, but
Yeah.
until now. I'm the mastermind behind it
They
all.
did not flesh the lore out at all in this game.
Yeah.
There was like no like reason. They didn't talk about like why like they were like they kind of talked to why they're sealed off, but then like what's her name can come and go, and she's from out of the castle. I mean, it turned out
Yeah.
it turns out like her dad is the minister or whatever, but
Wit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golf girl.
The best girl.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Dan's favorite girl.
Yeah.
Same, the only one I wanted to do the side quest for, and then like I gotta beat this game. Don't shake your head at me.
I didn't do anything.
That was Dan. Dan
Me.
shaking
Me. I was shaking my head at him.
I thought he was targeting me.
his-
Is there
No,
anything
no.
else? I kind of like the missions where you just randomly have to get like old man hair and dog fur, cat fur.
Yeah.
I mean, they're funny in like hindsight, but when I was like, I really have to run and find this shit.
My thing with the side quests, whenever they first pop up, they're like, hey, you could do these sub quests, and some of them you have to do now because they only show up now, and then some of them wait till like later chapters. That's not a thing. I swear, every quest was just like, hey man, by this point, all of your sub quests you cannot progress, so do them first.
Yeah, I feel like they bring it up, but like in reality, as long as you do them before chapter like 8 or whatever,
Yeah.
you're good.
8 or
Yeah.
9.
Because you can like partially do them continuously. Like,
Yeah, you do
I
them
have a
like
lot of them, like,
over a
parts
bunch
are
of
done.
chapters.
I think
Yeah.
that's probably the thing is like you do like a part in this chapter and then you can't do the next part until the next chapter. But if you didn't do it before, it probably wouldn't let you.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know. I
it's
just
like
did
maybe.
everything before I moved on with the main story.
yeah, but that's like the thing. Like some of them would be like, "Hey, I got this quest on chapter 2. It's now chapter 5. Here's the next part, but we won't tell you what chapter you can start doing this subquest again on. You just have to go talk to everyone and hope that the subquest is just there now."
Yeah, that I mean the one with the doll is annoying because you just have to just stumble upon her behind the farmhouse. Because she's just
Yeah.
like laying in like the crops or whatever.
Yeah, she's in the little wheat
There's-
field.
But there's no indication that she's even there. She tells you
Yup.
like, oh, I hang out by the farmhouse. But there's like a lot of stuff back there.
Never found it.
I feel like there
Hey,
should have
um,
been some markers.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, for somebody like me who couldn't remember which
Oh
way
my
to go on
gosh.
any game ever, where's my mini map? Just
What-
give me a little mini map or a map of the friggin' area. I want a map. That's
I
it.
can't remember. Oh, I remember now. It was like one quest is like find Willet. She's by the stores. Well, she wasn't. She was like she was like off behind everything, not by the or it was by the shops.
Mhm.
She was like by where like you fight the cat, but to the left of it. And I'm like, I swear, more time looking for her than I should have.
Yeah, she's like on that overlook over like the
yeah.
river
Yeah.
thing.
But it tells you
Like
she's
by
by
the
the
tower.
shop. It
Yeah.
says she's by the shops. So I was like popping into every one of them, and I'm like, well, maybe my save's bad, so I like reloaded.
Oh, we're
Sometimes I
up
just
by
felt-
like the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How annoying
Not-
is what's his face with the blacksmith guy that's like,
The axe?
nope, you got to use your weapon
Anvil.
more.
Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't figure-
another
I
thing.
couldn't figure that out. It was like, so I just left him alone because it was like I did like 3 boss battles. And he's like, you gotta use it more, and I'm like, I don't.
It's not until like a certain chapter. It's a chapter.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do
Yeah.
with fighting.
I wish it was kind of like, hey, like, do this many more battles. Not just,
Yeah.
hey, you haven't done enough. Come back later.
Yeah, I couldn't understand that one either.
So what do you guys think of the ending? The fact that your dad planted that flower in that little area.
Yeah, the little
Uh,
cubby underneath.
yeah, under the bridge.
I liked it.
I think
Which-
that was a good way to
I
end
thought
the
it was
game.
good. Mm-hmm.
Which in like chapter like 3 or 4, whenever the hell you have to go to the mine, I found that and I was like, oh, I wonder if I ever get to go in here. And then, yeah.
Yeah, I seen it early on, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe there's something hidden
Same.
here." And then it's like, nope, there's no
Yeah.
item ever to pick up anywhere on the entire map.
Since you guys did all the side stuff, do you only get to pick the one girl? Like the one girl's just default.
Yeah,
Okay, that's kind of stupid.
no, it makes sense with the story.
Well, I mean, I guess you're looking for one for her. Yeah, it does. It makes sense, but it's like At one point, I thought like it was gonna open up where you can kind of like romance and do whatever because it was like, give me the black stones or whatever. So
Who
They have
else?
you look at gifts for like a few other people.
yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
thought there was gonna be a choice at the end, and I was like, oh, I didn't do any of it. So this was default.
Who else thought nails and gnats were related?
Yeah.
What else
Not-
thought
not
Matok
they
and Prismina were related?
Yeah, and then you meet his little
Oh.
sister. That's not her.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one I knew. The other one, they're not. Oh, yeah, they're not.
They're like a they're
Yeah, I
have
totally
a
forgot.
romance. It's weird because I'm like they
Yeah.
look like their brother and sister.
They
Yeah.
reuse so many models in this game.
Oh, I love it. It's
Yeah.
a Pokemon thing.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
really is.
it's bad.
It's a Pokemon
I-
thing.
Could
fucking-
be crazy, but don't they talk about him getting a gift for her when you first meet her?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah. But anything else?
The fucking chef guys.
They're cool.
They're like they're
They're twins.
just goofy. I never used that either.
It's
I used
so-so.
it a couple times.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
I
'cause
wish
you-
some of the support, like them, for example, you had to go in the support menu to get, so I didn't have to talk to them every time I landed on their space.
Yeah, I just don't like that when you combine things. It does make it a bit stronger, but like
But it doesn't seem necessary because you can't like you can only use one.
if you use it on red, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, like you
In a way.
you take out one thing. I don't know.
It depended. Like, there's I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one that adds the piercing effect. You could,
Oh, slam?
combine it so it's like stronger and takes more hearts away.
Yeah, you could
Oh.
pierce
I-
through like all their guts.
But yeah,
I only
yeah.
used it for the yellow one that if it destroyed an enemy's like ability, it gave you free mobility.
I use that.
Yeah.
Lifesaver.
Because I
Oh
would
my
just,
God.
I would just superpower that one.
Could you imagine how much how fast this game would be if you let you rearrange your deck? Like every battle, you have a set deck started up. You would run through the game.
Oh, if it wasn't just all
Yeah.
random.
Yeah.
yeah, if it wasn't random every time, if you could just be like,
Wait,
what?
Oh,
go
complaint.
ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, it's just if you could set stuff up or like knew how to draw. I mean, you could do like swap sometimes, but like you would always like sometimes it's just really it was very RNG like.
Mm-hmm. My least favorite thing.
Yeah,
I had to do the final boss
too.
twice.
Same.
I had to
No,
reload.
no.
I had to do it. I think multiple times because I was like, I could surely do this with one heart.
I don't know if Dan was still on the call with me whenever it happened, but
I was.
I got to the final turn of the fight and my game crashed. Only crash I had the entire playthrough.
What were you guys playing on?
Me and
Steam?
Dan did Steam.
I played on the PS4, but on the PS5.
And me and Lauren played on the Switch.
But I didn't learn it until the final boss. But whenever you do your chance turn, you could choose to not use a Dazit and run, and that would give you free mobility for that turn.
Oh,
Yeah, I
didn't know
never
that either.
used that.
Yeah, didn't know it was a thing.
There's
It would have helped so many
there's-
times.
There's a lot of those
Mhm.
cards where you can just struggle against them, like when you're facing like the Moby Dick whale thing.
I did that a
He-
lot. Used
yeah.
to struggle.
His Dazit was 0 attack and like 4 defense or something.
Defense, yeah, yeah.
And it's like if you destroyed it, it would destroy your Dazit. So then you just attack it while you struggle and you don't take any damage. So you could just cheese it.
Wouldn't-
Something like that.
Yeah, but
When with struggle, you still took damage. You'd still take 1 damage.
Not
Only
if
if
it was
the
0.
card does damage.
Yeah, not if it was at 0.
I thought it was a roll.
Nope. Your damage.
No,
was
you
a roll.
rolled.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a 50-50 shot of doing damage or doing none. I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it was 50%. And then once you upgrade your quote unquote weapon, you can do 2 damage or something. I don't know.
I,
That was a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
with
that's
Monster
a side
Anvil.
quest, man.
Man, I played the
Never
hard,
came in handy,
hard
though.
mode.
No, it really doesn't.
I struggled all the time.
Oh, I was like, I
Oh.
didn't.
I purposely tanked struggles to
Yeah,
like.
I mean, I would use them.
Well, no. So like, if you lost a heart, you would get all of your abilities back. So like, if I only
Yeah.
had one left that I like
Yeah.
super powered and didn't want destroyed, I would struggle to take the heart damage to get all my other ones back.
Yeah, it took me until the final boss to realize that's how that worked. I was like, man, why is it randomly giving me these?
That's because you don't read anything.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. I don't even know what would we play.
Yeah, I'm
There's a
not
story?
surprised.
Right there. Play
Yeah, that right over there.
No, it was that.
You're pointing towards Lauren. You're
Yeah,
pointing
you're
the
to
wrong
me,
way.
you're right next to me.
Yeah, you're on the
Yeah.
wrong side.
That's-
Mine's straight above me. So
That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
game case right here.
Hmm.
This is my game right there.
all right. Anything else?
I do want to say, at the end of the game, whenever you go on the top of the tower, there's no guardrail or anything.
No, there's
so
nothing. It's
unsafe.
super
It's not
dangerous.
OSHA.
I
How
said
old
that
are we?
too. I
How
said
old?
that too.
How old
No,
is
probably
everybody?
10.
There's no way for them to get out where they were. When it shows them going across the freaking like path or whatever, there is no path or doorway to get out there. How out there?
I don't know.
Man, you censored yourself there.
Yeah, yeah. That was a good
I
song.
censored myself?
Yeah,
You're
you
right.
cut out
Yeah,
as you were
peaked.
cursing.
Oh, well that's good.
Yeah,
No.
I'm an angel. I don't curse.
Yeah.
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 All right. How long did it take you guys to complete this?
Oh fuck! I haven't turned my Switch back on.
I platinumed it, got everything, did everything, and it took me 26 hours and 4 minutes.
Dan, did you go back and play after you finished it at all?
No. I don't
Okay.
think.
I believe mine was 14 or 15 hours on the Switch. But also, that was skewed because there's times where I left the game on to like ring people out and stuff.
I did
Yeah,
leave my
yeah, that's
game
what they
on
all
once or
say.
twice, but it also doesn't matter for me. I finished at 13.3 hours.
Nam's the speedrunner.
Hmm.
I finished at 19.6 hours.
I think mine was I think it was 15 hours and 45 minutes, like right around there. 'Cause I think it was like 15 minutes under like
Yeah.
the next hour mark.
Okay, it was just me dying. Everyone started like. Lauren was lagging while talking, and you guys weren't moving, and I didn't know if like it was just her.
Oh no. Hope not. I'm hardwired in.
So
Yeah.
you can. This is a nice little platinum at 26 hours, which you probably could do quicker.
Yeah.
Because
I think I would have tried.
You can do
for
it in
more
all one.
achievements.
You can do it all in one play. Like nothing had to go back in reload.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to do is reload. If you don't do all the scarecrow like repeat battles with the bosses before the final one, you have to go back through and just watch the final cutscene again.
Oh.
What?
So when you the one achievement is to or trophy is to complete all the side quests, and you can't do it until after chapter 9. So you have to like go back and fight them, and then just rewatch the cutscene at the end.
Why can't you just go to Scarecrow after you're done with the game?
Because you can, but in order to get the all quest one after it, you have to just watch the final cutscene again.
Oh.
Because it doesn't count
Okay.
as being done because of how it like auto saves or whatever. I don't know. At least that's how it was on the PlayStation.
Hmm.
All right.
I think I would have done more achievements if it wasn't so slow to walk around the map.
Fair, I guess.
All right, we're gonna move into recommendation. So, last chance for anything before we get to the back end of this episode. Nothing. No other story points. Nope. Cool.
No.
All right. Each episode, we go around and find out if we would recommend the game we're playing and why or why not. So, starting with Dan, would you
No!
recommend this game and why or why not?
Go.
I think I'd recommend it. I mean, it's kind of weird. It's kind of difficult. I'm sure if you played on easy, it'd be a lot easier, obviously, than playing it on hard. But like in the grand scheme of things, I thought the story was pretty good. It wasn't like super amazing or anything, but it was good.
Lauren?
I enjoyed it. I don't typically play games like that, but I thought there was enough of like the bosses and enemies looked pretty good. The story had enough to it to keep me interested. There's some turn-based like games that I just can't handle because it's the same thing over and over and over, but this one was good. I liked it, so I would recommend it.
Adam?
Think I'm gonna go the opposite way. Only thing I liked about it was the combat. Like I didn't really care about the story. I'd recommend it for the combat, but I also feel like there's probably a game out there that does the combat and story a little bit better.
I mean, I've never played anything like that, but I'm sure there is.
It's a lot of the card games, like Shadowverse is kind of like that, and they're all
Stuff I've never
they all
played.
yeah.
What about you, Tunza? Recommended or not?
I'm going to say no. It's just too slow for me. Like and that might have just been the Switch too, because like me and Lauren said, it's like when I talk to people, it took forever for those cutscenes and stuff to load. Walking took forever. Battles took forever. If I wanted to use the support, if I had to pick a move, also found out my Joy-Con was drifting. So that was a bad part because it would randomly select things. Like I'd be like, "Oh, use the free mobility." Oh, fuck! I didn't do it right because now I'm going in the opposite direction. But it would take forever to load in and out of sequences, and that might just be a Switch thing. So I'm gonna say if it was faster, and then if you want to dip your toe into like the combat system is kind of unique, but there's other games like it too.
I would recommend it. I really like this game. I think it did a really good job. I didn't have any of those like slowdown issues. The PS5 ran this like an absolute beast.
Well, it is not the Switch.
I really like the battle system. I think that is where this game definitely shines. The story's okay. It's not the strongest thing, but it's kind of what you expect from Game Freak. Because no Pokemon game has really that great
Hey,
of
the
a
dad
story.
came back, right? That's
Yeah.
the difference.
I mean, he still died.
He still died,
but
You're
he
still
came back,
fatherless.
though, right?
Yeah, still died.
You actually
Yeah,
get to
you're
meet
still-
your dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a Game Freak game. It's not Pokemon, so it was kind of cool in that way. Like, I don't think I've ever played a Game Freak game that's not just a Pokemon game, so it's cool to see them do something different. And I really like the art style. Like that was the first thing I noticed when I turned this on, that first opening cutscene. That is
That's
weird.
one of the biggest complaints, actually. Now that I think about it.
What? Putting the firecrackers in the pants?
No, the opening cutscene on Steam, at least. Like whenever you open the game, it plays that in a windowed mode.
Oh,
I was just looking at.
that's the reason it has such bad reviews on Steam is
Yeah.
because it opens in windowed and you cannot like change the settings of the game until you go through the first opening like scene, and then you have to close the game entirely, boot it, and it puts you on the main menu screen.
That's weird.
Sorry to get off track.
Yikes.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's something I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I played it on the PlayStation.
I think you probably picked the best because, like, I just felt like everything loaded so.
I think
like,
it's meant for a PlayStation.
that makes sense.
It's not meant. Keyboard controls sucked. I played with a controller because of it.
I was gonna ask, how was the controls?
Oh, it was like S was to select, or was like
That's
to
so
You
confirm.
didn't
weird.
It
use
would
the
be like
mouse at all?
no,
Because I think clicking would have been fine. Like, I
This-
feel like that.
no. It was like A or S or something was to like confirm stuff and like progress, or I think it was Z and X actually. But
Weird.
it was
Real
weird.
weird.
So I switched to controller at like Act 1, end of Act 1, beginning of Act 2.
This seems like a mouse in what ASWD.
I
And
was
that's
thinking.
it, and that's literally
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But
It's like
all right.
with a mouse you could click everything if you like if they made it that way.
Yeah, because the game's like simple enough in the, especially in
Yeah.
the hub world, that just clicking you would get through it. But all right, so we got three recommendations, 2 non-recommendations for this one. So,
Mine was a sort
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, no, I think if you're looking for something in that alley and like of like new and like the learning curve is pretty simple too.
I think gameplay wise it's good. Story and movement wise it is
speed. I just hate
not that good.
the pace of the game was too slow for me.
All right, are we doing reviews? Do you guys have any?
I don't have any.
I want to say
Um,
no. There's no.
I
good
sort of have
ones.
one. It's not really a good one, but this person has 240 hours played.
Oh my God.
What?
Jesus.
An in-depth, like multiple paragraph in-depth talk about the entire game, and then says they've 100%ed it on Switch, PS4, and Steam,
That's crazy.
They love this
and that
game.
it's their favorite game, and they want a new one.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
the end of their thing,
Wow.
their closing is, "I love this game, 100% on everything. I dream of the day where the IP can live on."
It will
I think
never
the-
get a sequel.
I think.
Yeah,
it'll
not get a
I think the
sequel.
idea is there. Like, if they want to do another combat kind of like,
You mean an is it?
ah, fuck, get off. And,
Did you guys-
and
Did you guys see that Game Freak like posted that that's like picture or whatever that they're doing an action RPG with somebody?
Yeah.
It's not another person.
Yeah, they
I
announced it,
want to
like,
know
last
what.
year.
Yeah, I want to know what that's gonna be.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Props to Game Freak though for doing weird, different things.
I think more
Yeah.
companies need to fucking do that.
I want to play that game they're remastering, that horse jockey card game.
Oh yeah.
All right, so that is going to be our reviews. We're just going to skip that for now. It's a weird one for reviews. It gets shit on mainly because it's not
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like at a disadvantage.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Steam wise, it's just people
Well,
complaining about the title
yeah,
screen,
then it looks like
full
it-
screen thing.
Yeah, because some of these reviews are at like 0.2 hours or
Yeah.
0.1. No, to
Besides
full
that one
screen.
outlier of like 200 hours, I think the most hours for a review is like 26. And the most are like under 10.
I totally forgot after you said it about the whole title screen. There's not a quit option in the title screen. You have to just close the game to like exit it.
Yeah, well, so on keyboard and mouse at least, hitting escape just brings up the "do you want to close the game" prompt. Like that is all it brings up. It doesn't give you a menu or anything. So I couldn't figure out how
Gotcha.
to fast travel on keyboard and mouse for the longest time because there's no
Fair.
control menu.
I wonder why the Steam version is like so half-assed.
Well, it's a
I have
PC
no
port.
idea. Yeah.
These-
Because it's
the-
Game Freak, they only have 3 games on Steam.
And then they got 3 people working on that section of Game Freak.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
try one person, and it's like
It's
an
probably the
intern.
janitor on his spare time.
Yeah,
They're like, hey man, sweep the floor and then
Well,
go
that's
upload
like-
this to Steam.
that's like every company. Even Sony's PC ports are bad. It's like, how? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You guys just don't want this to work, so you're like, yeah, I'm not even gonna give it a chance.
Yeah, half-ass it.
The more we fuck it up, the more it means you have to buy our console.
Yeah, buy our console. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. And we're going to go ahead and get ready for the next episode. So thanks for listening.
Yeah,
Hit
orange
that
juice.
subscribe button. Follow
Love
us on
orange juice.
Spotify. And we will see you guys next time.
Gotta get back into it.
Peace.
Peace. Sweet peace.